Hey, YouTube. It is your girl, that one teacher, Miss J Johnson, back with another video. This video is super duper special to me because I got some really amazing people, in my opinion, to help me out with this one. This week, May 6th, starting today, May 6th through May 10th, is Teachers Appreciation Week. All right, to start the video off, I want to give you guys 3 teachers that impacted me. My first and my favorite teacher, her name is Miss Tange. We were a Clifford class, if I'm remembering. She was very fun. She was trying to get her footing, and she was also very young at the time. She just really was amazing, and she always made sure to make us smile. The second teacher that impacted me, her name was Miss Campbell. It is now Mrs. Jones. She worked at Herzog with my mom for a long time. She was just a very inspirational, fashionable lady as well. She didn't really let the hardships of teaching really affect her everyday life, or she didn't carry it as such. And lastly, the teacher that meant the most to my life, my mother. Jasmine Moore, my mother. Her first day of school was my first day of school. That's just put like that. She really shaped me into the teacher I am. I remember grading my mom and Miss Campbell's, like, their papers. When I was in elementary school, I was grading papers for fun. I would be in her classroom watching her do dismissals because I would get out of school at 2, they would get out of school at 3. I was just sitting there watching things. My mom also worked in the after-school program. She was very integral in school dances, the communities, the building, like anything done for the kids. My mama and Miss Campbell, they was there. She's very patient, she's very kind, she's very loving. Like, if y'all know my mama, y'all know. She's very educated, she carries herself well. She's the embodiment of a woman to me. Like, my mom, she's that girl, okay? She's that girl. So shout out to Miss Tange, Miss Campbell, aka Mrs. Jones, and my mama, Miss Moore, for being the best teachers that I've ever experienced in my life. Thank you for teaching me, shaping me, and helping me grow into the woman I am today.
Hey Joy, my favorite teacher was Miss Butler in first grade. She was more than a teacher. She was my favorite because I can remember going to her house and hanging out with her kid when my parents needed someone to watch me after school, and just having that community aspect made her my favorite teacher. I would classify a good teacher as someone who is able to see a child, not just for their behavior in the classroom, but also as a whole person. My favorite teachers were able to kind of take interest in what I was interested in. I had a teacher who sponsored my poetry club. She was one of my favorites, and just kind of support a child holistically. I say that makes a teacher a good teacher.
It would definitely just be thank you for investing your time and energy in me, and that it did not go to waste. And now I feel that I'm starting to do the same for other students, and people in my life. So that's what I would say, is just thank you for doing that to me, so I could pay it forward to other people. Advice: make sure, something I would tell a future teacher is, make sure that teaching is something that you love, because students can tell when you don't want to be there. That's the first thing. The second thing is, once you realize that this is something that you want to do, make sure you figure out a way to consistently engage with the students, to, like, always, researching what keeps them interested. What are they watching? What's trending? Like, even just small things that keep their interest, because you can infuse that in your lesson planning, and even just in conversation and connection. Obviously, you guys aren't peers, but connection is really, I believe, is the key to really having a successful relationship with your students. That's what I would say.
What's up? My name is Monty, and I just wanted to take a second to show my appreciation to all the teachers around the world. It's Teacher Appreciation Week this week, so I just want to take this time to say thank you to all the teachers for all that you do. The world wouldn't be the way that it is without you guys, so thank you. I also have some questions here that I wanted to answer. First question is, who was my favorite teacher and why? And I would say my favorite teacher was my freshman year world history teacher, Mr. Kahneman. The reason he's my favorite teacher is because he was really cool. He had a real goofiness to him. He taught his lessons in a way that all students could grasp. Like when he taught, he would use memes, videos, and pictures to describe his lessons and everything. And I just thought that was really cool of him. He was always really attentive to how the class interacted with each other with him during the lesson. He took pride in that, so I appreciate him. Last question is, if I can give a future teacher some advice, what would it be? Honestly, this day and age, I would say good luck. I've got a lot of teachers in my life, and I've heard all the nitty gritty of how being a teacher in this day and age is, and the way that the new kids of the generation are. And I would just say, yeah, they are real different from how we were, so good luck.
My favorite teacher is my elementary school music teacher, Miss Hooker. I think that she is my favorite teacher because she knew how to connect with her students on an individual level. She did not just have like a blanket way of connecting with her students. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm a music teacher, you are in my music class. That's our connection. It was more so of finding ways emotionally, physically, even spiritually. She found different ways in each individual student to connect with each other. So I think that was really a thing that stuck with me, and she always found a way to keep our spirits uplifted, as well as teach us other things besides music. She was more so an all-around teacher. So I think that was why she was my favorite. If I could say one thing to her, it would be, you telling me to do what I love and not do what other people want me to do stuck with me, and I was able to do music and specifically choir all throughout K through 12. So I don't do it anymore just because I prefer to go into a different route for my college degree, but I do still have that passion of music, and that really does all come from her. So that would be something that I would tell her.
Hi, my favorite teacher would have been, and I feel like I had a lot of great teachers, but I would say my favorite would be Miss Sawyer. She was my third grade teacher, and she really inspired me a lot, in particular because I thought I wanted to teach third grade. And I say I thought because I tried, but I had other passions, so I wouldn't pursue that. My advice to future teachers would be to just don't give up, keep trying. Repetition is key. Don't be afraid to have fun. I think sometimes that, there's a level of respect that, is deserved. Like, everyone deserves respect. Teachers especially deserve respect. But, getting kids to practice respect and kindness, I think that really starts with modeling. So I think my advice to teachers is to model the behavior that, you wish to see, because these kids are looking up to you, whether you think that they are or not. And yeah, so all the best to you guys, and peace.
I would classify a good teacher as someone with patience, someone who puts their class and their students before themselves, and someone who really goes above and beyond, because a student will always remember a good teacher. Not always a fun teacher, but even ones that can correct you and push you to be your best. If I had to give a future teacher some advice, I would say, don't give up. Remember why you wanted to become a teacher when things get rough or when things get frustrated. you're there to be the change that you want to see. So don't give up. Happy Teachers Appreciation Week.
Okay, so my name is Josh Jones, and I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I'm also Joy's big cousin. So I'm gonna answer a few questions. So my favorite teacher, this was a hard question to ask because I had a lot of teachers that I liked, but upon reflection, like the teachers that were my favorites were often the teachers that I got to see in other settings. So like my coaches. So things like, Mike Lorenz, Mr. Ware, people like that, that I got to see in multiple spaces where I could kind of see them as a more full human. Those were my favorite teachers coming up, I think. Mr. Bauman, another notable mention there. And my advice for future teachers, my advice would be to one, get in therapy. So, because as a therapist myself, as a teacher, and especially we talk about the kids of today, I think it's important to know what your mental health status is and how to sort through, because it's aware on your mental health to be in a position where you're in service to young people on a day-to-day basis. So go get you a therapist, and know how to work through those things in real time, because you have to be consistently going, as a teacher. There's not as many breaks as one might like. So definitely would say get you a therapist and somebody who can, support you, in this process, when you check out on a day-to-day basis. Joy Johnson, I'm so proud of you. Keep doing all the wonderful things that you're doing. So grateful to be able to call you my little cousin. Talk with you soon.
Okay, so hello everyone. Hi, my name is Michaela. I want to first start off by saying thank you, Joy, for including me in this video. I feel honored. I feel so honored. I work at an autism center. I'm not a registered behavior technician yet, but I will be pretty soon. But I work at the Autism Behavior Center, and I am a cheer coach. My favorite teacher, honestly, my favorite teacher is going to have to be my first grade teacher, Miss Whitfield, because she honestly was the reason why I love to learn so much. Like, don't get me wrong, my mom was definitely there to help me gain the love of learning. Making sure you're okay, making sure she keeps us entertained. That was one of the things she always did, was keep us entertained. Whether she was reading Junie B. Jones or she was trying to get a hiccup out of us. Like, I remember there was one time I had a hiccup and she was like, "You do?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And like 5 minutes later, she scared the crap out of me. And all of a sudden, my hiccups were gone. And she was like, "Are your hiccups still there?" And I was like, "No." And like ever since then I was like, oh my gosh, like if you scare somebody, their hiccups will go away. So just having her there, and on top of that, she was always making sure I was okay even after I left the first grade. I don't know if she was a little bit more gentle with me because I moved to that school my first grade year, because I was actually in private school before that. But she kind of took me under her wing, like second, third, all of that. And then I actually transferred to a different school district my 6th grade year. Officially, I transferred my 6th grade year. And funny story, we would actually, like when I moved out there, we would drive past her all the time. So like it would be times like in the morning, she would see us and we would see her, and we would stop and be like, "Hey, how are you?" Da, da, da. And yeah, for some reason my mom never got her number, but yes, Miss Whitfield, my first grade teacher, that was my girl, will forever be my girl. Honestly, all of my teachers, I love you all. Miss Celia, Miss who else? Miss Rogers. I had my little brain fart. Mr. Moore, Miss Brown. I ain't mess with you too much, but you know. But everybody else, shout out to y'all, because I am the way I am because of y'all. And what I would say to Miss Whitfield is, thank you, girl. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for making sure that I was good, because even in 2nd and 3rd grade, 4th grade specifically, I was not a bad kid, I promise. but for some reason I would always get put out of my class. So in 4th and 5th grade, like, they would send me to her class, and I would love it because what would I used to do? Grade papers, read to the kids, take them to the bathroom. Like, I was literally the teacher's aide. I think that's why I work with kids now, because I've always loved working with kids. So shout out to you for being the greatest teacher. Shout out to you for being the greatest teacher that you are, and never judging me, never making me feel less of a person, and just making sure that I'm advancing as I should be.
Okay, so one of my favorite teachers that I have had during my experience would be Miss Kelsey from Humboldt. No. She was a teacher at Humboldt, but she was at Sticks. My 1st and 2nd grade teacher from Sticks, Miss Kelsey, and my other favorite teacher would be Miss Ware from Herzog, my preschool teacher. How do I classify a good teacher? I would just say always looking out for the kids, knowing how to do your job correctly, and I guess that means just knowing how to teach the material correctly to everyone individually, you know. Yeah.
If I could tell my favorite teacher one thing, I would simply tell her thank you for honestly pouring into this little black girl that was struggling to find herself, struggling to find her voice, and trying her best to literally fit in. You saw her and you made her feel important. And that has definitely poured into the woman that she is today. And for that, I am forever grateful. Here's a little advice for some future teachers out there. Make learning fun. Make coming to work every day enjoyable. Make it a new experience. And always remember that there are little people watching you. You don't know who's paying attention to everything that you do and literally learning from you. So be an example that they can grow up to be great, that they can grow up to be successful, that they can literally grow up to be whatever that they want it to be. But set the example so they know just how far they are capable of achieving with any decision that they make. And you got this, you'll be great.
All right. Who is my favorite teacher and why? My favorite teacher is my advisor and organic chem professor, Dr. McGill. He's very chill and relaxed and always kept it 100 with his students, which I always appreciated. And he always emphasized mental health, which is very big, which is very important amongst everybody, but especially students. Tell my favorite teacher one thing. I would tell them thanks for providing the tools for me to learn. And lastly, my advice to a future teacher would be take the time to get to know each student individually, because I think it'll create a space where your students will feel seen and heard. So that's mine.
First, hi, my name is Liv, Olivia Liv. Y'all probably heard about me. Y'all probably, been mentioned a few times here and there. But yes, put a face to a name. But I'm trying to hurry up and make some shape. Who's my favorite teacher and why? My favorite teacher would have to be Miss Harris, Miss Roman Harris back at McKinley. She was my intro to business and advanced Microsoft teacher. I believe I had her all 4 years of my high school career. So yeah, but she was my favorite teacher because she actually cared about us. Like, it's not like we retook our class because we had to. I personally chose to take her class because I really wanted to be in her class because she really would spit some gems out. Like, although her class is like, it's literally advanced Microsoft, so all of the Microsoft apps, I was able to get certified in all of them. So being able to do that is it's great. And actually being certified it puts you above in the map. You know what I'm saying, when you're applying for jobs. But yeah, and then like I said, she cared. She poured into me. She wanted to see me grow. She taking her class expanded my range of my goals. So I really thought big and wanted to, because like my main ultimate goal is I really want to open basically a Black-owned mall, essentially, having all different types of services, all different types of shops, all different types of stores. But it'll be my own mall, and I don't have it like franchise. A whole bunch of big ambition, big dreams, big goals. So without her, I wouldn't have wanted that big deal and big growth and big goal. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get this out. Sending a future teacher some advice. Those kids they look up to y'all. They look up to y'all, and y'all are their outlet. They want to, whenever they come to school, you know, they don't want to go to school. But if you're a good teacher and you actually care for them kids, they'll notice that you care for them, and they'll start rocking with you because they're like, oh, Ms. Johnson really like us. We don't rock with her. You know what I'm saying? We don't rock with her. She do stuff for us because we do good. We don't do great, but we do good. So, I don't even know what I was saying. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, you the kids, yeah, the kids outlets. So, yeah, like if they notice that you care for them and they see that you really want to see them grow and want to see them win, maybe they gonna do what you say. They gonna do whatever you say. I ain't gonna say that because I'm not a teacher, so I really don't know. But yeah, they just gonna do what you say. So you just gotta show you care for them kids, and just also remember that you're in charge, not them. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Y'all really the superheroes of the world. They don't give y'all enough attention. They don't pay y'all enough. Y'all really are forming these kids for the next generation, and I love y'all for that. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.
See? Who knew all of these great teachers affected all of these great people that I actually know? I didn't know about some of their personal experiences with these teachers until watching these videos myself. Being a teacher, seeing the impact that other teachers have placed on people that I know, and knowing that like that still is a part of their everyday life drives me insane, because I might be that for somebody one day. So to all my teachers out there, keep going. I know it's hard, I know it's rough, but you matter to somebody, whether it be your student, whether it be your staff, whether it be your administration, whether it just be me. If you're a teacher out there, I love and I support you. Your job matters. I appreciate everything you're doing. Happy Teachers Appreciation Week. Happy Teachers Appreciation Week. And for you that's watching, make sure you do your homework tonight. Your homework is to make sure you let a teacher know that you personally know, that you've seen. Tell them Happy Teachers Appreciation Week. It's the little thought that counts. Make sure all the teachers you know feel loved and appreciated. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Happy Teachers Appreciation Week. I just wanted to give my best friend Joy a shout out for being such an awesome and amazing teacher. Even if it feels like that you are not being your best, you go above and beyond for these kids every single day. You are my favorite teacher. You are awesome and amazing. You have done so much for these kids and then some, girl. Give yourself some credit because you're a rock star. And I love you so much. And I hope that you have an amazing week today. I love you.
Have a great week. Have a great Teacher Appreciation Week. Oh my gosh, you guys are the great. You guys are the greatest. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not. You are the reason why we are who we are. I thank y'all so much. I love all of you guys. Continue being the greatest teachers that you are. Okay. And I hope it was long enough. But yeah. Have a great week. Have a great Teacher Appreciation Week. Oh my gosh, you guys are the great. You guys are the greatest. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not. You are the reason why we are who we are. I thank y'all so much. I love all of you guys. Continue being the greatest teachers that you are.